Oh, by the way, we're
now we live.
So, we use CheZZa, David, Trace.
It's
And
David
I guess-
Solomon.
Go ahead,
Not
go
David
ahead,
Trace.
go ahead.
It's David Solomon. Right.
It's this guy and that guy. Hashtag.
Just say your name, please.
Jade Siress here. Hello, everyone.
CheZZa acting like he's never seen the hashtag before.
It's fucked up, bro.
By the way,
They cut off my
By the-
intro.
by the-
All I'm worried about is you guys. I was doing my intro, and then all of a sudden you guys cut me off. And
You fucked my name up, bro.
well,
I said it's David.
You missed.
Trace.
You missed the whole other part of my name.
Your name is David. That's what my
It's David Solomon. You missed the whole other part of my name. Her name's not. It's Jade. It's not.
this is
Jade.
By the way, this is a
Jade
weekly.
Siress.
Thank
This is
you.
a weekly thing.
Thank
Is
you.
it?
This is the podcast. This is the podcast. It's so different from the regular.
This is like
we have structure then. We have no structure now.
other than darkness.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For those who live, for those who live, buy low.
Oh. I'm glad you played that. Shout out to the homie Dolly. Saw Dolly yesterday at the barbershop.
Really?
Yeah.
Where the hell have I been?
He well, his mom's still in the area, so he came through. He just wanted to.
Oh,
say
Dolly. Oh shit.
Dolly. Yeah.
Dolly Llama.
Shout out to Dolly. Came through.
That means a married man.
It's like, yo, man.
He's
Dolly-
married, kids.
Yeah, Dolly's
Chill as
cool,
fuck.
man.
I was not
I was surprised to see
This
him.
is actually the last time I performed with you.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, this has no rules.
Informal, right?
No rules. This shit got no rules.
Let's like, can I like actually crawl over the couch? Like, what's going on here?
She went this.
But yeah, shout out to Dolly.
Post up or something.
Huh?
So post up or something.
Also, what?
Facebook thing.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing right now with my freaking phone because I'm showing off the team.
And
You like
speaking
that?
of the team, shout out to Mo. He couldn't be with us today, but
Apparently,
He
he's
is
watching somewhere.
spending time with his mom.
he's here in spirit with us, taking things step by step.
He's hanging tough with us. Hanging real tough.
ShotClubPodcast.com. Meet us there right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So
oh, you want to go into the Shot Club Instagram too? I'll give you the password. Oh, hold on. Bring it back. 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 Come on. Come on. Bitches. Here we go.
we're in the podcast section. Jade is still here with us. You will see footage very soon. The dope thing about this season of the podcast and the show is you will get content,
Contacted.
and content.
Contact.
You'll get content
Not the
every
weed show,
week.
bros.
You get content every week. So stay with us, shopclubpodcast.com.
We're in the ODN.
And you're gonna get everything from this season. You get everything from last season, and we're just gonna keep it moving because that's what we've been doing.
You know what it is? Shout out to everyone watching right now.
ShotClubPodcast.com. Hit us up right now. We're live. So what are we talking about tonight?
Well, we were talking about Kanye's big head and all his stupid shit.
Dude, someone to step on Kanye. Jump to the.
Let me say this. I was very
Rip
much.
my paper on this bullshit, man.
I didn't do nothing.
Kanye.
Shout out to the odd man Weezy. Odd man hit us up. Odd man said he sees us.
Odd man, what
We see y'all.
You're going tenderly while doing it.
Why is your paper so soft, bro?
Oh my god.
Why's
Thin
your paper
papers
so
is
soft?
way better than wait.
He was
Thick
just
paper is
bathing
disgusting.
it.
No, he's
And so
what?
you guys said
They said Kanye and I went.
See what Kanye does when you try to roll up?
He's not that. I know
When
once
y'all try to roll
Kanye's
up?
mentioned, I know where it brings David. David gets to this like new focus, and he just fucking starts. Fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. You ever see like that GIF where it's like triggered and you see the face one? That's you. He hears Kanye. He's like,
Did you
fucking hate him.
Did you just say GIF?
Yeah, I did. Is it GIF or GIF?
It's kind of true.
GIF is my dad.
I will say my interview almost went sour because I brought up Kanye a while ago.
I was very much looking forward to
We gotta change that subject real quick.
Kanye produced Nas out because that's what was implied.
They were working on that.
Was
That's
that
what was
Kanye?
implied.
Isn't that like supposed to be coming out? Yeah.
There's supposed to be all this good music releases in June.
Yeah, push
Yeah.
it.
But
Finally.
because he did this and he stirred the world up the way he did, and then he's like, oh, I got like 6 albums from all my artists coming out. Then I was just like, okay, that's why you did what you did. And because of that, I don't need to listen to your music. Me personally, if you need to do all of that shit for me to listen to your music when you're already established as an artist, I don't need to listen to your music.
Yep.
I hear that. I didn't like that too.
Because Kanye loves to cross a line. He crosses.
He's a habitual line stepper.
Yes.
Rest in peace to
Kanye talks
They're
too
going
much.
to hot step.
No.
Rest in peace
I can't remember. I know where you got it from, but I can't.
Isn't it
Murphy.
just like a soundbite where they like
Charlie.
amplify it?
No. He
He
is.
talks shit on a regular
No.
basis.
He's a line stepper on purpose, but you notice you only hear from Kanye when Kanye's selling something.
Again.
When Kanye's bringing out his Yeezy,
To
you
your
hear
point.
from Kanye.
To your point,
He
it's
was
just
quiet
like
for a while still.
it's just
That's
like the
true.
people. It's just like the people you said. They know when they're trying to get attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we were speaking about earlier.
An
And
attention getter, a
if you
professional
check
attention
out the website shotclubpodcast.com, you'll be
Next
able to
week,
see
next
it.
week. Or sorry,
This
later
week
this
coming
week.
up.
No,
No, like,
I'm not
okay.
convinced right now.
No, like he only like end of this month. He has what's her name's album coming out off of Good Music.
Tiana Taylor.
Tiana Taylor.
No,
Wait.
We're promoting it. We're promoting
No,
it.
but this is what I'm saying.
I'll promote her.
Listen, Tiana Taylor's album coming out at the end of the month. Then it's Kanye's album. Then it's his album with
No,
Nas.
I think King Push comes before Kanye.
Okay, sorry. Push, then Kanye, then his album with Nas. So he has 5 albums dropping.
And
And
that's
the
sick.
Kid Cudi collab.
Yeah.
Right? So he has albums coming out that he's pushing. So he wants to talk. But again, like Trey said, you have way too much credibility now for you to be that line stepper. And this line right here that he crossed, I'm sorry, he's gonna have to go to the KKK rallies to find some money that the black community has now pulled from his catalog. There's DJs that I know. There's a lot of DJs I know that have dumped his shit out of their catalog.
So
Right.
really, you basically what you're saying is that he was premeditated with the shit. He
Yes.
knew that it was going to be controversial. It was going to hurt some feelings.
Yes.
And he went with it for
Hands
it
down.
to be
100%.
okay.
Kanye's not a stupid person, but Kanye acts like he's stupid.
Mhm.
Kanye's not a stupid person, but he acts like he's stupid.
Okay.
So carry on.
Question.
Okay, I
So-
hear that.
Possible answer.
It's two sides to the same thing.
No.
We had Eminem. You know what the fuck I'm talking about yet? Before you say no. She'll throw a rock at you.
Where's the rock?
I don't know, but I'll find one. Why long?
Give me a rock.
I want to rock right now. I want to rock right now.
I'm rock basement like King to get down.
But okay.
I'm not.
So let's say
Are you gonna rock?
No, I am international. No, I can't.
she doesn't have to state it.
She's
But okay. Trace, he took it from you. That's your sazon.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny? It's taken 3 seasons for them to take my sazon.
I'm not taking it.
You've
Trace
been
just-
trying to.
Trace just dropped it. He just dropped the ball on that one.
No. I know when to give them that sazon.
But okay, so the flip side to Kanye, Kanye's supporting Trump, but then Eminem came out against Trump.
Yeah.
But then everybody was against him as well because he's like, "Oh, you're dropping an album." So
No,
which way do you go if you want to?
Not everyone was against him. The people who were against him was
The difference. I can explain the difference between that. The difference is he said, if you're on this side,
I'm trying to line the sand.
I'm not fucking with you. And then he dropped an album that people didn't like. That's Eminem. Eminem says, here's what it is. I don't care if you're this side or that side. If you're this side, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
But he knows as long as his music is good, then you have to pick a side. Kanye, on the other hand, is like, let me throw this out there and see what they do. Like he actually cares whether people fuck with him or not. But he's gonna pretend. It's like, you know what's like? Can I
What, Nicki Minaj?
No.
Oh.
No. What I want to do is I have a theory. I have a theory, and I want to see if you can.
Yeah.
This is why it's great to have more women on the show.
Okay.
There's women, and this is my theory,
Okay.
that will say to their friend, "I think I look terrible, and they wait for their friends to say, "No, girl, you look good."
Damn lie.
And then she says, "Really?" And her friend's like, "Yeah." Now she knows she looks good, but she's waiting for somebody to compliment that. Am I correct?
It could be that, or you just want your friend to tell you how to fix up something.
Yeah.
Just ask me to
Like,
fix up then.
Take a look at me and tell me
No,
why
just
I
ask me to
look
fix
messed
up.
up right now.
That's what I feel like Kanye's doing. Eminem's like,
You
fuck
think
it.
Eminem didn't do that?
No,
Eminem did the same
I
thing.
think
Eminem was like, I don't get why Donald Trump didn't respond to me. He questioned it. He's like, why didn't Donald Trump respond to me? He's like, I did all this stuff for him to respond to me, and he chose not to.
Oh, because
He's still looking for
Oh,
that
no,
too.
No, but he's looking for Donald's response.
He wants Donald to speak
He's
to
looking
him.
for Donald's response.
Because
Because
Donald
Donald responds to everybody, bro.
it's one of those things where it's like,
But no.
oh, you want to fuck with everybody?
No, but
fuck with me.
But here, Donald's responding to everyone
That he can
fuck with. He thought he could fuck with Snoop. Donald Trump thought he could fuck with Snoop.
He thought anyone who's black
Right.
he'll respond to. Anyone who's not white, he'll respond to.
Yes.
Surely. If you're
That's
white,
what he's been doing.
he won't respond
That's
to.
what he's been doing. So he's responding to everyone that he thinks he can fuck with,
And Eminem,
right? Because he thinks he has power over, right?
Eminem has had such a following that it's like
Eminem's followers are within his camp, Donald Trump's camp. So if he goes against Eminem, it could turn them against him because they love him.
Right? So like,
Eminem one.
you have.
So he's been half in double shot, which is actually giving you a shot.
Listen, so you have Eminem. Eminem has some supporters that are in Donald Trump's camp, right? That based on his freestyle, they're not supporting anymore. Right? They're not going to support him anymore based on his freestyle. He's lost that. He's lost that support.
I don't think so. I don't think white people are as like
he doesn't
into it as black people.
No.
Let's say
I don't think they're as that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
white people will do business
Yeah, they are.
and then they'll have
Yeah, they
sex
are.
after.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, they are.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Just because they don't, just because they're ignorant and they, just because they pretend they're oblivious to it. Hey! Doesn't mean they're not. They don't pretend they're oblivious to it. They'll pretend like they didn't know that being a white male in the 80s was meant like you were on top of the world, no matter how
untouchable.
No matter how fucking poor you were or how rich you were, you're the most untouchable person in the world, right? In the 70s, 60s, 80s, 90s, right? You're the best person in the world. Don't act like now being a white homosexual male isn't the same shit, right? Don't give me all that shit.
They should
right?
probably clean that up for me, real thing.
Right? Don't give me all that shit. They don't act like they don't.
Talking about the
Do
whole
you guys
gay.
know the whole acronym? LGBT.
It's very long.
There's a lot.
There's more.
There's a lot.
There's
They
no
keep-
P.
it feels like they keep adding to it every
They
couple
do.
of months.
They do because
It's difficult to keep up with.
Isn't it? Like
Yes.
nobody will ever know what all those things are.
yes, everyone knows what they are.
But that's
people in that know what it is.
But that's like
Yeah.
that's
That's
the
their
pronouns.
identity.
That's like the pronouns.
But yo, you guys got your thing.
That's their identity.
David already knocked it
You ain't
down.
got your thing.
No, I didn't copy them.
You didn't take. Oh.
Or he didn't broke it
You're
down.
not gonna break it down.
Take a chest.
Track of the summer.
Oh no,
No, you can take a chest. Take a chest.
Okay. I was alluding to the song that
Yeah.
DJ Bylon was playing in the
Oh yeah,
background.
that's the Bakoyas.
Biggest track this summer.
Yo, we have for a second, Bylon, can you turn that down?
Well, actually, while we do,
Hold on, no. I just wanted to make note. Broke It Down is out. Sorry. Broke It Down is out. Website.
That's on
YouTube?
YouTube.
No.
CheZZa the King. CheZZa the King on YouTube. Just search CheZZa the King.
Okay, and David Saleh's new one's out.
Today's name is Tragedy.
On
YouTube.
this is Shot Club, so we're always putting out something, right? So you got new music videos. Please check them out and always stay in tune with the website, shotclub.com, shotclubpodcast.com.
If you're in Toronto, Wayla Bar, 25th, DJ Bylon, throwing the jam.
What day?
25th.
Friday.
May
Okay. Well, yeah. That's all I want to say with that.
Okay.
You ain't got nothing in there.
You fucker!
Stop this.
Trying as much as possible. those people who have to be included. I was supposed to take a shot for the first one anyway, for the podcast. But
Woo!
I'll take one then.
That's fucking hilarious. All right. Let's leave Mr. West alone.
Yeah. I think that's enough.
That's more than enough of him.
He's
I actually don't want to talk about him for the rest of the season.
Can I just say one more thing though?
Okay.
What we need to do is support people who put themselves out there for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
What's that mean?
Like most people aren't putting themselves out there to even say comment on anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I can't do that to everybody because that means I have to support Kanye.
I like
support people who you feel should be supported, but the same way, you focus on what's it called? You focus on the positive people instead of the negative.
I focus on anyone that needs my support. I'll support everybody that needs my support. Bottom line, if you're a dumb fuck, then I don't support you at all, right? Kanye West, I have albums of his and I've actually tossed them through the window. They're gone. I will not play any of his shit. I have mixtapes that I was listening to that I love, and I was playing one of them, and I heard a Kanye track. I'm like, I can skip it. I skipped it. 3 tracks later, Kanye track, I ejected it, and while I'm driving, I threw that shit out the window. I can't support nonsense because now this man has, again, put in a situation, his opinion out there for people who cannot digest it properly.
Yeah. But that's the masses.
Right. And now the masses, as dumb as they are, have taken a stupid comment and now they're making it even dumber.
He's feeding,
but truthfully,
he's feeding
very self. What do they affect?
Or has he fueled a new conversation where people are voicing their opposition to slavery more?
No.
Because we're actually talking about slavery again.
We've been talking about slavery.
Ask a question. What's wrong with slavery movies? Why do people say stop making slavery?
I've done say that.
But why?
We've already seen it.
We don't need to see it again.
We've already seen it.
It's already been there.
There's no reason for us to go back to
that. Go to Libya right now and see it.
Right. How come Kanye had talked about that? If you want to make a comment about slavery being a choice, right? Touch on that Libya crisis that hasn't been addressed yet. Right? He hasn't. Because Kanye probably right now doesn't know that there's slavery happening in Libya right now.
But this like goes back to why can't we help ourselves?
Right? I also have.
Why does it take Kanye's mouth?
Right?
Why can't we already?
First of all, Kanye, Kanye admitted that he doesn't read, right? He's never read a book.
He's never read a book.
Hold on. I gotta bring this up. In the spirit of Vince Staples, who I'm personally not a fan of, I have to give him props because he did an interview. Did you see it? He did an interview at Coachella with what's her name that was on Everyday Struggle?
Nadeska. Nadeska.
Where she started saying something and he just brought up R. Kelly.
And she said, "We can't talk about that." Yeah.
She's like, oh, we can't talk about that. And he's like, why? He can't read or write. He can't. Now it's really in the public eye. It's kind of like a Hannibal Buress. How Hannibal Buress brought up the whole Bill Cosby thing.
Yeah.
And he brought it to light. He brought up the whole thing of R. Kelly not being able to read and write. Wendy Williams talked about it because she just had a.
She figured out that he doesn't.
She didn't figure it out. She had an interview. Or a conversation.
You mean Wendy Williams?
Stop this. I'm not a fan of her either.
Oh my god.
Wendy Williams.
Just because Wendell transitioned doesn't mean he's still out there.
I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not a fan of her either. Trust me. But that person had an interview or conversation with R. Kelly, and she brought out the fact that he can't read or write.
So did he really write his songs?
He could just be singing it.
Yeah,
he could be vocalizing it. You don't have to put it down to paper to register it.
So his memory's great.
Probably. You have to remember, he did an album with Jay-Z. Jay-Z doesn't write anything down. R. Kelly probably.
But Jay-Z went through a process of him writing lines down on pack of paper bags and whatever piece of paper he had while he's on the corner.
Yes.
Right?
You say lines or lies?
Lines. Right? Same thing. Lines, lies, whatever metaphors he wanted to have on a page, he wrote it down, right, on the piece of paper, whatever he had at the time, tucked it away because he's on the corners.
Yes, but what you're talking about is like 92, 93.
But what I'm talking about is
What
the
I'm
process
saying
to
is,
get to that memory.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, at that point when they're doing an album together, neither of them are writing anything down.
Because R. Kelly can't write.
He can't write it down.
Right. But Jay-Z can.
Yeah, but Jay-Z did that years ago.
But Jay-Z said he threw it away because it was just too time consuming.
Right, but again, I'm just getting.
I'm not talking about the ability to write.
I'm just getting to the point of the process of the memory being great. Right.
You're having a fun time.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I get that.
Jay-Z's was a process, right? Like I have a great memory, right? Jay-Z's was a process. Mine was a process. R. Kelly's was forced upon him.
But he did it. Think about it like this.
What's this?
No, I'm just saying.
What's this?
I'm just saying.
No. What's with like the secrecy going on over here?
So I'm a gentleman. You don't just go like this. Oh man.
No.
Be a lady. Come on, bro. Shit.
We don't have women on the show. We don't have women on the show.
Ain't nothing going on. Sorry, ain't nothing going on.
But no, what I was saying was that's the way R. Kelly does what he does.
Yeah.
But we've recently found out that he can't read or write. And I think that's amazing. There was somebody else.
You think that's amazing?
No, I think it's amazing that somebody can have a 25. What year
I
are
want
we?
to know.
What year are
Can
we?
he read and write music? Not the lyrics, but the notes.
No.
Nothing at all.
He's so goddamn gifted.
Because he can still play instruments. Right?
Who's gifted?
He can still play instruments, right?
He's been here since like
I know
1992.
1992, but
No. See, I have like outside of his first album, I don't rate him, and I've heard R. Kelly sing live, and I've heard him crack multiple times.
Really?
So if I was to rate him over any other R&B singer from that era, I'm not rating him above Aaron Hall. I'm not rating him above Ron Isley. You know what I mean? Like,
Ron Isley, no.
Right, like the guys who are like Aaron Hall
What
and
can we
R.
tell?
Kelly. Aaron Hall. Right?
What is
That's
the
the amount of preparation too. Like he could have just been not doing, the warm ups or whatever necessary at the time.
Can I ask this question? Because
You're a professional.
again, we
So, what?
He's a professional.
He should,
His voice should not be prepared.
It happens too, right?
No,
where
happened to
He's keep sweating.
Mariah
He was
Carey.
keep sweating it.
They say Mariah Carey a lot lately has been.
Mariah Carey should stop singing because Mariah Carey's been hitting notes.
Mariah gets
Her
a block.
voice.
Mariah gets a block.
She gets a block.
she heard her voice.
Right. gets a block.
Mariah Carey hits notes that her voice can't manage anymore. And those high notes that she's been hitting, her voice can't manage anymore. And her vocal cords, I'm surprised she'd be able to toss them.
Here's what I'll say. Mariah Carey, at one point, to me personally, there's only one other person in her lane that can do what she does.
Whitney.
I whispered it. Whitney. Did you hear Bobby Brown say about Whitney?
What? Something good?
That she was a habitual cheater.
Really?
She cheated on him with Tupac.
Wow.
I believe it.
And
Whitney was a wild girl.
And there's other people that
Here's what I'll say.
and there's other people that are still alive that she worked with. Like he's like pretty much anyone she worked with, she pretty much something. It's what Bobby Brown was alluding to.
Here's what I'll say to that. First of all, to Bobby's credit, she put him onto the hard drugs.
Yeah,
Mm.
she did.
Secondly,
He started cheating.
if you're Bobby Brown,
But he's taking the credit. for
if
that.
you're Bobby Brown, you cannot talk about nothing wild that anybody else has done.
That's true.
Stop this, Bobby Brown.
No, but he's saying that the wildlife that they blame him for the
Yeah,
relationship
she was
is
on-
actually her.
Like
He has
Okay,
been taking the
okay,
stand on
but
it.
are you telling me?
But it's the images. You look at the image of Whitney Houston, and you look at the image of Bobby Brown.
It's not even image.
That's
It's
what
not
it
even
is.
image.
It
It's
was
not
the
even
image
image.
It had
because
to
he was
be
the
image.
bad
Bobby
boy
Brown?
image.
Are you telling me Bobby Brown gets obliged for the things he done?
No, look, it's blind.
Under-
I'm saying he's not getting a blind. I'm saying what I'm saying is the scope of the relationship was flipped because of the image. Because
There are
Whitney's
rappers.
Whitney's
There
image
are
had
rappers.
to be clean for her music, and Bobby's image had to be dirty for his music. And because of that,
He did that before he even got with her.
No, he wasn't. What he's saying is, I never cheated until she stepped out. That's what he's saying. And like you said, He never did no hard drugs until she introduced it. Check Whitney's toes all now. You see lines.
Hold on.
And you see track marks.
Hold on. Bobby Brown. You're telling me Bobby Brown was faithful to the women he was with before he got to it?
We're not talking about before.
We're talking about before. We're talking about with Whitney. Listen, don't judge the man's past. Judge the man's relationship. Listen, don't judge my past relationship.
What is the narrative he's trying to push? Is my question.
Nothing.
His narrative is that
Whitney's is like, yo,
but you can't push Whitney on what you already did before you got to Whitney. That's my judge.
He's not judging. He's
like,
talking about the shit that you guys have been saying about me. It's actually Whitney.
That's what he's saying.
I get that.
Because you're trying to bring up. Listen, if this man had, listen, I'm single, right? If I had 1,500, if I was Wilt Chamberlain before I got married, that's before I got married.
It's funny because his name's Solomon. Go ahead.
Yeah, if I was Wilt Chamberlain before I got married, right? If I had all these gals before I got married, right? If I get married and I've been with this woman, I'm faithful to this woman, don't judge who I was with before.
We know that. I'm asking just for the benefit. Whitney's not here. I'm asking to the benefit of what actually won.
I don't know. I'm just like, when I hear these conversations about men cheating, I have a unique perspective on the matter.
Why?
Are you the cheating female?
I'm not. I'm just the female that all the men want to cheat with. That's what it seems like a lot of times. So it's just like, are any men faithful? Like, it's just really interesting to me.
I've never cheated on a girl.
Me either.
Never cheated on a girl.
I'm sorry.
I can pretend. I can pretend.
You know what's funny?
I'm the one too that the women think their man's cheating on them, like when he hasn't even tried. You know what I mean? That weird shit, like where it's just like, I don't want your man, bitch.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I've known Jade since 2006. We used to record at the same studio. The funny thing is, she was going through the same thing. We're not gonna go there. She was going through the same thing. I was going through the same thing at the same time when we lost contact. It's crazy how you have these parallel universe with people that you know and are associated with, and you don't even know. Because we don't really open up to that degree. So then when we link back up, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
At the conference? You said something and I was just like, I didn't even know that. And then I said something and you were like, we don't know. So Bobby, Whitney, I
gotta figure it out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know.
I can see it though. Because Whitney,
it's a parallel.
Whitney's the heavily churched out woman that's
But actually, sorry.
And we know things about church people.
How do we know this stuff? Whitney's family members have come out and said, yeah, those are true.
Now
they have. The brother has come out and because the brother is the one who put Whitney on. He put Whitney on, so he knows that Whitney's the one that put Bobby on. So it's like they explain this shit. They're like, okay, yeah, she was a wild child. Like this, she was a wild child.
She was. I confined to church rules for so long, and when I was able to break out, I brought out.
But if you look, like we went back to the images. Like
she broke it down. Sorry,
Bobby ain't no humping around. Whitney, I'll always love you. You're gonna think ain't no humping around is the fucking person humping around.
Right.
So even though the image is this, she was actually the.
It's the image. It's the image, and you know that the industry is circled and around about.
Beating him up too, you know. I remember when she said like we used to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? So that
the image is all about the industry is all about the image that they can portray. And you cannot sell wholesome Whitney songs to a person that's not wholesome. You can't.
Her whole image was off from the beginning because they said that she really had a problem with her identity. She comes from the hood and like singing in Baptist church, and you're projecting her as some pop, suburban princess.
And that's the thing about the Baptist churches. You met.
So when it came to her own people, when they're seeing her from a distance, they're like, "This girl, we can't relate to this girl." She's like, "I'm you though."
Yeah, and you're not.
You know, but at the same time, you're not.
If they allow Whitney to grow organically.
Yeah,
right?
She would have been so much.
She is where Rihanna is image-wise.
Rihanna was able to be herself.
Because Rihanna, if they limited Rihanna, she would be a different person. Yeah. But they allowed Rihanna to grow organically and be herself. Because they tried to make her one way, they tried to streamline her, and it didn't work. And the minute she dropped that Good Girl Gone Bad album, She like, fuck it, I'm doing my own shit.
And it worked.
Right, and it works.
Mariah Carey went down the same line as Whitney too.
Right.
Where she had a good girl image, but you can always tell she was always around black dudes. Like she always liked the hood black dudes.
Yeah, you do a song Old Dirty. I know you made whole song. Hold on. I know you made whole song.
Old thing you could have picked.
Old Dirty.
I miss OD.
Right? Rest in peace, ODB.
What was her breaking point?
The marriage. After she got
and when she broke up with Tommy Mottola, what happened?
She went to
Butterfly.
She went to Diddy.
Honey. We never seen.
She had a track with the locks. It was Diddy in the video.
It wasn't about the track. It was about the video. You never seen Mariah like that until that video.
Yeah.
Even the ODB joint, it wasn't that revealing. She was wearing certain things.
It was still that
booty short thing.
But it wasn't honey.
No, it's true.
That's on some. Yo, I'm still signed to you, but watch how I do.
Yeah.
It worked for her.
It first.
Yeah, it worked for her first.
It worked a long time.
You know.
So she had like 2 or 3 straight albums after that.
Yeah.
Which one was it? The main one with Fantasy.
No, but her biggest album for forever be her Christmas album. Nothing tops that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck with it.
But there's nothing she's ever dropped.
Hey!
Will top that Christmas album. That's the only thing she's dropped.
It's because it's the biggest non-traditional. I'm the last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, you're the last of the Mohicans.
There's some Mohicans left.
No. Bylon.
Okay.
You stand long and strong.
Inside.
What's drunk?
These one. Aaron is drunk or high.
What was I saying? Who were we talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's because that Christmas album, that song, the All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah.
That's the most popular non-traditional Christmas song.
Yeah.
So every fourth quarter, they're gonna run it, and she's gonna get a check in the second quarter of the year.
That's heavy.
For the rest of her life.
Right.
That's heavy. I don't know how long.
Her and Michael Bublé.
Yeah. I don't know how long. How long does that last?
Like 40 years, something like that. Intellectual property rights.
Yeah, but then it becomes public catalog.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Beatles and shit like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Image means a lot in the industry, which makes me laugh at all the Diddy's gay videos I see.
What? That is a segue. Go ahead.
Like Diddy's gay videos. You haven't watched any of these videos on YouTube? Everybody under the sun is calling Diddy gay and telling him to just come out with it.
Yes.
Right? Like from 50 saying that he tried to take him shopping.
No, from the beginning. Wendy Williams was first.
What about Baby?
She was the first to put it out there.
Baby and Diddy.
Baby's gay, but there's already accusations and a lawsuit against Baby from one of his artists that were minors saying that he molested him.
I think he probably molested
I know he molested Lil Wayne. There's another one. I can't remember. This young dude. I can't remember his name. He's like probably 18, 19 now.
Okay.
Right? But he just dropped a legal whatever against him.
Okay.
For molesting him as a youth, as a minor, right? But there's pure people. I didn't know about Wendy Williams, but everyone under the sun is telling Diddy to come out.
Did you watch the Noriega, the Drink Champs? Noriega Drink Champs? Yeah, Fabulous, Jada. It was just Fabulous and Jada, or a third one?
That one where Diddy acted so strange, like I want to say happy birthday to you.
Yeah, that one was kind of crazy.
Yeah, like when he's saying Fab, you didn't party with your birthday.
You didn't party with your birthday. He's like, I did. Yo, everybody was.
No, but you didn't party with me, just me and you. Right. And then 50 telling him that, yo, you tried to take me shopping. And him trying to play it off on Breakfast Club. Well, I thought he looked clothes.
He looked bummy.
I thought he needed clothes. No. It's like the way you say things, right? Tells me about your intentions.
Let me take you shopping, bro. What?
Nah.
Nah, dude.
You know,
Even shout out my bender. My bender is like he can't wait for Diddy to come out the closet.
Oh, you know what's crazy?
I just think Diddy's bisexual. Like he's one of those like free sexuals. Like he's the fuck up.
I think it is like what did
if sex is presented to him, he's gonna take it.
What's her name say? What did Janelle Monáe say she is?
He's just gonna take
C to B or to Q?
No, Janelle Monáe said she's what? Sapio, whatever.
Sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual means she'll sleep with anyone. Sapiosexual means she's a hoe. Is what it is.
Well,
she's
technically it means you're attracted to intelligence.
It's not bisexual. It's not just bisexual.
Sapio means you're attracted to intelligence.
It does not. So she will sleep with you no matter what your gender is. No matter what your gender is or what. So she'll sleep with you if you're a man or a woman. She'll sleep with you if you were a man or a woman.
Is it not based on intelligence?
No, based on whatever your gender is, that doesn't matter.
You know what that is?
She will sleep with you.
You know what that's like? That's like when
I think
Quincy
that's what it is
Jones.
too.
That's like when Quincy Jones said Marlon Brando would sleep with a mailbox, right?
No. He didn't say that. So what Marlon Brando said. Quincy Jones. Quincy said in the interview. He's like,
we used to do so much drugs.
That what's the name? They used to like sit around and play music, and Marlon Brando would be dancing, and he said Marlon Brando fuck Rich Pryor.
Yeah,
but he was like he was a very charismatic person. He was fucking everything.
But that's what I'm saying.
And then his family came, and he's like, the wife or whatever, she was like, yeah, it's true, man. He was fucking mailbox because like.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're also saying that
he was free.
No, but they're also saying that also based on the amount of drugs he was doing, he would fuck anything as well. You have enough cocaine in the system, he would fuck anything. You put this bottle in front of him, you just fit it in there, and he's gonna fuck it.
But that reminded me of, and I don't know if you probably would see. Kevin Nash had an interview with. Kevin Nash had an interview with Kayfabe. Okay. Hater Davis talking. With Kayfabe, and he was talking about John Travolta. There was a movie with him and
the same way.
There was a movie that he was in with John Travolta.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, but he was like, he said to the guy, "There's no way he's not gay." And it's not because it's not because he did certain.
Yeah. There's a lot. If you look at the news, like you'll see a lot of shit where John Travolta is getting sued by a masseuse because he always tries to turn around. And then the person's like, no, like, he's like, yeah, don't worry about it.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm trying to bring up. Because Kevin Nash was like, yo, if you see somebody, you meet somebody for the first time, you're like, hey, what's up? Handshake, whatever. He said John Travolta came up and he put his hand right on his shoulder. And you know how you put a hand on the shoulder? He's like, he kind of massaged it. He was like, oh, you're a big one. That's what he said. And Kevin Nash is like 7 feet, right? So he put his hand on his shoulder and he kind of like massaged into his neck. So he's like, yo, there's no way this guy's not. Yeah. There's no way this guy is not gay. Like, you can't. Men don't do that with each other. You give a hard five or whatever.
That's gay for sure.
He was like, yo.
Puppy would do that shit for sure.
No, Puppy's a hugger.
I think Puppy is sapiosexual, whatever. I think he will fuck whoever he sees if it's at the moment.
And that's cool if that's who you are, but you gotta let everybody know that.
Just be up front. Like, be up front with who you are.
I have no interest in it.
No, but be up front with who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like,
because he might see you come up and try and hit on you. That's some shit.
Like, I'm not allowed to say no.
Again? Oh my God.
I know it, did he?
Apparently not allowed to say no.
This is the perfect opportunity.
You know? Like, who said no? Who said no?
I'm gonna get fat. I'll be like,
no, who said no to
I'll have a party.
To someone who was a transgender? Who said no? They were on some TV show. They said no.
Oh, Genuine.
There we go. And all of a sudden now he's
he was transphobic.
Now he's transphobic. No, motherfucker, I'm not.
He just doesn't want to kiss you. That's all. Like,
listen, isn't that allowed? I think it's worse. I think that like
what they were fighting about.
If I don't want you to kiss me right now and you try to kiss me,
right?
And then I can't say no, that you, what am I, a slave? Like, am I a real Negro?
You're.
You know what I mean? When massa comes, I'm supposed to come and.
End of the day,
massa dick, and if I eat some massa dick, there's a problem with
I think it should be illegal. I think it should be illegal for them, anyone who has transition. You have the right to transition. Go ahead, transition.
But you can't rape people.
No. But at the end of the day, it's the following. If you now meet somebody, I can have a conversation with anybody, right? The minute now you take this conversation and it's gonna go past just a general conversation, just a friendship type of situation, you should have to automatically tell me that you weren't born a woman.
Yeah,
you should automatically
there has to be full disclosure
because there's gonna be enough guys.
Yeah. When he was on the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne asked him, he's like, what would you do if you had sex with a woman and you found out that it was a man? What would you do? And he's like,
then it was
and then they're like, you can't say that. He's like, why? They lied to me. Kill him. He's like, no, that's transphobic. He's like, I'm not saying I'm gonna kill him because he's transphobic. I'm saying I'm gonna kill him because he lied. Like,
I'm not into that.
And then it became this whole
there should be, look, if you're gonna be with somebody in that setting, there has to be some sort of.
It's the point. Maybe people should get to know people before they fuck them.
No.
Maybe that's something.
That too.
Maybe that's something.
That sounds like a drunk bylaw talking.
But to that point,
bring back the old days.
To that point, bylaw. One night stands happen.
Yeah.
But here's the joke.
So you have to at that point.
Okay, no.
At that point, if we're going there,
dude, I've been in Thailand.
You have
Listen. One night stands happen, right?
But you have to let the person know.
If there's a one night stand that happens, and the person today, one night stands happen, if a person has HIV/AIDS, they have to. Have to.
They just recently made it not a felony though now.
That's
to give people intentionally AIDS. It's not like the same as a murder cop now.
But now he's saying that they're making it
in the States.
No, you talking about AIDS? You're talking about
AIDS in the States.
In AIDS, they deregulated it,
right? But you have to tell them automatically. You about to get into some shit? Wait.
But AIDS affects your health.
Right. And you think my mental health won't be affected by finding out I just fucked a guy? A woman who was a guy? That's not going to affect my mental health?
There's no measurement for that, so.
But mental health is an issue. You think that won't affect my mental health?
But is your mental health bigger than their sexual orientation? Society.
Yes.
Who cares about a one night stand?
Yes.
The one night stand you walk away from. What about the one that you marry
and you think you can't have kids?
No. But before we
that
get
one, there should be something about that.
What do you think?
There should be something about that.
What do you think,
Emma? It's like you didn't learn to. You didn't try to figure out who that person is.
If at the same time that person could have made up a whole story and you deserve a kickdown, because don't tell me that you're.
But that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing that they're worried about. They're like,
okay, but
I'm in a situation, and if I tell you this, you might try to kick my ass. No, like if I'm telling you the truth, some guys, if I'm telling you the truth, and the person's like, I'm this. There's a chance you might get their ass kicked right there.
Tell me up front.
You're gonna have to though.
This is the life you chose.
That's the route you're walking
right?
into. You have to let.
But isn't there consequences to one night?
Listen. This is the life you chose, right? The life you chose. They chose this life. I can't walk down the street and not be me. I have to be me. I didn't choose to be dark. I didn't choose to have melanated skin. This is me. You chose to chop off your dick. You chose to cut your breast off. You chose this life. I didn't choose this life.
They would say they didn't.
Huh?
They would say they didn't. They would
say
that's the way they were born.
They would say they were born that way, and they chose. But they chose instead of living in this body, they chose to change it.
Regardless of that, they have to let the person.
What about the woman? What about the woman who said?
Even Michael Jackson bleach out. So
no, he wasn't bleach out. He had whatever. Vitiligo.
Yeah, I heard that.
Right. Vitiligo, which is leprosy. Right. But what about the woman who said she was black?
I love Michael Jackson.
What about the woman who said she was black?
Raquel. Is her name Raquel?
No, Rachel Dolezal.
What about her?
Her shit's about to fuck up.
Okay. She said she was black, right? What if she went and actually got like a skin like pigment, whatever, that made her look more black?
There's actually a girl in Germany who did that.
Right.
Very dark. Yeah.
What if someone's actually like Vibes actually thinks he's white? What if he feels like he's white? And that's why Vibes. That's why he's bleaching himself. That's why he's bleaching himself.
Sorry.
Right?
Sorry.
What if that's the case? They had a choice.
I thought you meant DJ Vibes.
Little Kim had the choice. She bleached herself. right? Everyone has a choice.
Oh, she's
That's the
Puerto
life.
Rican. She's Puerto Rican mixed inside.
That's the life that they live. That's the life that
That's
they
the
chose.
real her. She's a Puerto Rican
Right?
lady.
You either deal with what you were born with, or you made the choice to change it.
I'm sorry, yo.
Right? Automatically, yo, I'm telling you, I fucked you up for lying to you.
Yo,
That's what
all
I'm
I'm
telling you.
saying is, yo, people take that shit way too far nowadays. Like, yo, I'm this, I'm that, I'm whatever. Just be you at the end of the day. Like, I don't really need a whole definition of where you like your body parts and how you like them positioned.
Or what your pronoun is and what your identity is and this.
That's
like, how
Richard
shall I
Peterson,
address you
interesting
today?
fellow.
That's for me. That's all I really care about. How shall I address you today? Okay, tell me what your problems are. Fine, to the extent where I can dodge that. You know what I'm saying? I don't say things that offend you. You don't say things that offend me. That's how we have to operate in this world, because everyone obviously is different.
I'm cool with people.
But don't enforce things upon me. Don't tell me I have to bring my child to school and teach my child that he should take it this way and that way. Because at the end of the day, my tradition matters to me.
This is why you teach your child at home.
I teach my child at home what my child is supposed to know. You don't tell me I'm sending my child to school for you to teach my child your tradition and your ways. You know
again, we should just have,
but
like CheZZa said, we should have our own school, our own society,
would
our
have
own
to,
this.
because
right?
every school is their school.
Right.
So they can teach
whatever they want.
It's their
school.
program. There's their curriculum.
Right. So we need to have our own.
For us not
so when we're on the slave, who's gonna be the teacher now?
Huh?
How do we choose that teacher that's gonna teach our kids now?
We do have teachers, right? That are teachers. They are certified teachers.
There's black teachers.
If we as a community came together, right?
Isn't there a school like this?
There's some
Afrocentric school.
No.
That's mandated by the same.
That's still a TDSP school.
Okay.
Right. But if we had,
remember when they were voting it in?
Yeah. But listen, if we had,
there's one at Keel and Shepherd.
that's what it is. So if we had enough parents, right, that were willing to actually pay out of their pocket, right, and pay these teachers to teach their kids, right, is what we're doing. Private schools are private schools for a reason, people. In every area, the Jewish have private schools, the Sikh have private schools, right? The Chinese have private schools. We're the only ones, right? They don't send their kids to certain schools, and they have enough people paying their teachers, right, to teach their kids their curriculum. Right? That's what they need to do. That's what we need to do.
Trace has like the inner body moment, like it rang in his head, and he was like, "No shot is there." Let me take him.
So at the end of the day, that's the only way we can actually avoid our children not being taught. We have to turn around and pay.
Education is the key then.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, I don't think.
Time, the money has to be pushed in by the community itself.
That's the thing. You can't have nothing without the money and the resources.
Like there's a person I work with that transitioned, right? When I met them, their name was Richard. Right?
Oh, really?
They introduced themselves to me as Richard. Right?
That's kind of funny.
No offense, Richard.
Another name for Richard is Dick.
Right. But now he's Richardless. Right?
So he got rid of Dick.
Oh, right. But
sorry. Why not at the
He changed his
hell no.
No, but listen. So his name was Richard, right? And after he transitioned, he literally walked around to everybody, right, that he didn't even speak to, right? And told them that he was going to go, that he's transitioning. And then after he did the whole thing, he walked around to everybody that he really didn't speak to and reintroduced himself, right? So he's never actually reintroduced himself to me, right? Never. Me and him used to speak all the time. Like I take the bus to go to work and he'd be the driver, right? And we spoke all the time. So when he transitioned, he never introduced himself to me. He never came up to me and say, "Hey, David, my name is blah, blah, blah." Never, but he's everybody else. So I always call him Dick, right? Always. I'm like, "What up, Dick?" And then he's like, "That's not my name." I'm like, "You never told me what it was otherwise." I'm like, "Peace, Dick." And I walk off the bus, right? All to now, it's been like 3 years since transition. And he has not told me what his new name is. I know what it is because other people told me. Well, that's not his name. His name's Gail. Like, that's not his name. His name is Richard because he's never told me otherwise, right? So you can't correct shit unless you want to talk up, right?
Yo, I remember seeing a video.
His new name is Gal?
Oh my god.
He's trying to get in your pants. He was like,
his new name is, he went from Dick to Gal?
Yeah.
Yo,
I saw a man who did that and he was crying after that. He said, "Yo, I went on that whole journey and I cut off my ticket and everything." He's like, "I want it back now. And I can't get it back." He's like, he's on a campaign now to tell people like, don't fuck around. You might go through a phase in your life where you feel like you need a change.
Lorena lost
Don't cut it off. I'm just saying, like, why do you need to cut it off for? I mean, I guess they want to feel like they're female, but I don't know.
That's a whole different world.
They get the replacement parts.
No.
I mean, like, if I had
well, get that. Guys can get
cut it off.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, because they still gotta have to be able to relieve themselves, right? Women don't get an extra part when they want to transition. They just cut this off. But they don't get an extra part.
They could.
Some of them could.
That makes sense too. I mean,
no, some of them could. Like, and that's an expensive surgery because it's not covered. You know that, right? Yeah. It's not covered. So that's an expensive surgery.
Isn't the men's covered though?
Yes, the men's is covered to cut it off.
But they all want to be covered.
Because that's to cut it off, right? But
once you cut it off, just understand that it's gone. I don't know who's listening out there who might be considering cutting it off, but like once it's gone, and it's like a whole thing, you know. It's true though. It's all packaged. You can
your ear does not like your head.
What?
Your ear does not like your head.
Oh my god.
It's under the table.
I'm just gonna take out the earrings off.
It's already gone. It's right here.
But I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm concerned about that because I feel like people are getting too caught up in trends.
This is Harley here.
And it's like, yo, that is part of your identity on a different level. Maybe on one level you think it's sexual, but it could be on another spiritual level. You need that body part. So don't be hasty cutting off your body parts and things.
Listen, motherfucker, if you cut it off, just tell somebody.
Let's do this though. There are a lot of entrepreneurs in the city. We need an earring from somebody in Toronto.
Girls, you know the problem. I don't have this thing to stick on the back, so it's just all my girlfriends know.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? That's what it is.
My girls know what's going on. You know what it's
like. Are you girls watching? Are you girls watching right now?
All females know I want.
Are they watching?
Yeah, everybody's cool. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
They're arranging. We run the troops and all the things.
You routed everything up, man.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about specifically?
I don't know. For me, my daily meditation is just for a better world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you accomplish that?
Righteousness. Basically, I'm really feeling the conversation right now because, you know, I just feel like most of the time we're fed on autopilot, like the dumbed down message, and it's important to communicate, you know, some deeper things, right?
Oh, well, that was on point.
I think society has come to the point where it's if you either you agree with me or you are hating.
Yeah, people are very sensitive nowadays.
You agree with me or you're hating. And the fact is no one can actually have a discussion about anything.
It's true.
Hate is an extreme. We don't hate. That's the thing. Everybody wants to say hate, but it's not hate. It's just like it's discomfort. It's not.
Want to touch?
Yeah. I'll take a last touch. Just a CheZZa touch.
Maybe it's that internet generation type of thing where we forgot.
We're not going on tour anytime soon. Sorry.
Remember, like back in the days where it was like all about the big wheels and like, yo, meet me outside type of thing. I don't feel like that vibe is there. I feel like, you know,
nobody has a backbone to stand and defend it. There's no debates.
They don't want to.
No one knows how to debate. No one knows how to debate.
Because you know what? They're at their computer, like.
You know what? There's no debate.
They're finger hiding.
I grew up.
Everyone's a bad
I grew up and there was debate teams. I grew up and there's debate teams and there's no debate teams. Nobody knows how to have a discussion, right? Or an intellectual argument.
It's true. I finish it to the end.
Right? No one knows how to say bring up their points and bring up other points and counteract other points. Nobody knows how to challenge each other.
Right.
It's not about challenging each other anymore. It's all about, you know what? This is a hot jacket, and if you say otherwise, then you're a fucking hater.
Pretty much.
Like, I don't understand how that works. Like, how does that make any sense to me?
Socratic method.
I'm allowed to say, this is what I think and feel, but you can't say how you think and feel against what I think and feel. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work?
Sorry.
My view is like, I'm just hearing a lot more voices. Like the internet, people need to be careful because I'd be like really getting emotional, you know, doing my business on there, you know, and reading certain comments and stuff like that. And I realized that a lot of the people that I hear talk on the internet, I wasn't hearing them before because they wouldn't have the balls, you know what I'm saying? There was no platform for them to really talk the shit in my ears right now, and they wouldn't be throwing rocks because they would get beat down.
But you need to, but what you need to do as a person is take away that fourth dimension and stay 3D.
Right.
Wait.
Because that internet is a fourth dimension.
Oh, no,
and people don't pay attention to the fact that these kids that like, bro, fuck a bully. Okay, I never worried about a bully in my life, right? Never mind being internet bully. The fuck you mean internet bully? I'm killing myself based on what people that don't know me say. Fuck out of here.
But at the same time, when you look at it, it's sad. Like the internet bullying thing, the cyberbullying, it's a real thing.
Because these kids are 4D. They live in that. They
but
live
it's
on
not
the computer.
even that. It's not even the fact that they believe in the computer, like, you know, their heart's in it. It's a matter of like, yo, when I was young like that, like say 14, 15, 16, we didn't have a system where, yo, you could take a picture of me, you could all record me in, you know, in a compromising situation, because that shit happened to everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a day when you were 14 or 15 where some shit went down, and it's not on video, that everybody in your school can have it right now in their pocket, laugh at you by recess, because normally back then, you had to, like, the tops had to go around, like, oh, shh. By next day, maybe two people are coming up to you like, oh, Ray Tay. Now they have it on their, oh, look at you.
Again.
Look at you.
But
oh,
again,
you fucked Patrick, you fucked this and that. You know what I mean?
People have to be able
it's
to.
life ruining for somebody's.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
To be honest with you, I'm sorry.
These kids are born into this. That's all they know.
But you know what? But the thing is, that's the parents' fault.
Your mom gets the video. Your dad gets the video.
You know that's the parents' fault, right? You know that's the parents' fault, right? That's parents' fault for not teaching strength and allowing their child to deal with what people push on them and make it weakness.
To me, that's some serious shit, because I remember how bad, like, yo, in grade 9, I went through a situation where people were trying to talk some shit about me, and just the talks alone, like, you know, trying to turn a bunch of people against you when you're 14, 15 years old, it is heartbreaking. Like, you don't want to go to school, let alone there's a video of like circulating.
I have 4 brothers.
Everyone's snickering at you and they're watching.
I have 4 brothers.
Every time you're walking down the hallway, they're like, hey, is this you?
I have 4 brothers, and my brothers went to school one day and told one of my dirtiest secrets to the whole school. I don't fucking care. Everyone's coming up. They went and told it.
How would you feel if it was caught on camera?
No, it doesn't matter. Everyone came up to me and was telling me what my brothers told me. I'm like, and the fuck cares?
But what if it was on? Because, you know, a picture tells 1,000 words.
It doesn't matter to me. No, man, it doesn't matter to me. The mind is stronger than verbal and pictures together. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
the picture tells 1,000 words.
But to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Are you talking advocate?
My thing is the picture, the power of pictures, the power of Jesus.
The devil. This is a joke. This is a joke.
The power of this and that.
No.
Devil created lawyers.
No. But the devil
created lawyers.
The devil. This is a joke. A comedian. I heard this on a comedian's specialist. The devil is an advocate. Devil. If you want to put devil's advocate, you say the following. She's like, when pictures tell 1,000 words. The devil. Sell your soul to the devil. That's the devil's advocate. That's all the devil needs. The devil wants to sell your soul to them. That's all. Don't care about what this means and that means. Like you play devil's advocate. Just sell your soul. You sell your soul yet?
I don't need a soul. I have Sasson.
Oh, he is the devil. White devil behind the heels and squeal over there.
Anyway, what I was trying to say is.
That's right. That's right.
No, what I'm trying to say is, are you the exception or the rule? Because not everybody is strong like you. And you can't look at everybody the same way you look at yourself.
No, I will literally push people in that direction. Like, I have a friend of mine.
Do you literally push people?
I do. I have a friend of mine that when he came up from Jamaica, he had one of the worst stutters I've heard. Right? And I made fun of him every day until he changed it. I almost developed a stutter making fun of him. But he would not speak to me unless he was talking to me straight. Right? He wouldn't speak to me. Right?
I want to see David that. Fuck you.
Now, I would respect the fuck out of him if he did that. Right? but I respect him more because like he would walk to me and he was whatever and he just walk away, right? And he start talking around somebody and he'd see me and he just look at me and just walk away. And one day I walked up to him and he just wanted to leave. I'm like, oh, okay, I see you. See you. Yeah. Go. Another friend of mine who's overweight. And every time we go out, he eats, and then he go home and eat again, and we just lock him in the pantry.
Did you go running with him?
You lock him in the pantry?
Did you go running with him?
It was some bad experiences in the pantry.
We lock him in the pantry. Yo, you want to eat? You want to eat? Eat. Eat and fall asleep in there because we're not letting you up.
But you didn't go running with him.
I tried to go down.
That's like waterboarding, like.
Huh?
Can you walk to the closet? Every time you go to the closet, he's like, I just want to put these right there.
That man ate Roma noodles every day.
Go ahead, it's right there to the top left in the back. Go get those cookies.
Oh my god.
I'm okay. I don't
know.
know.
Like
it was fucked up. It's fucked up because like most of the shit in there, you needed like a can opener.
Like you gotta go, right? Like you gotta go to the back. Like his parents put the shit at the back, like the stuff he wanted at the back. So he had to go inside, right? It's like at to a point where he's like, I'm not going to go in there after a certain time anymore. You know what I mean? Like I force people to do shit that they had to do anyways. It's either that or you crumble and you're gonna whatever. Like it's survival of the fittest.
Did you hear about Rick Ross? How his health is? Yeah, his health is crazy.
Again?
It's bad. It's bad.
He's like, yo, fix yourself now, basically. I heard he was in the hospital not too long ago, and he was having what was it, seizures?
Yeah. It's like blame.
So now he's trying to change his whole eating.
People need the
The thing about him is he has an actual caterer. He has somebody fixing his meals. So like if you can't.
He's healthy.
He lost mad weight. It's a drug. It's still happening.
You can't say I have somebody. I have a lot of things. You can't say I have somebody that rolls my weed on payroll to stun on people. You can't. Yeah. You can't say, oh, I have somebody who rolls my weed. That's all. Hey! That's all they do.
Yeah, but what are they putting in this weed? Are they are they smoking him up?
What I'm saying
is this Friday and they're smoking him up?
No. What he's trying to say is I have so much money.
I know.
I have so much money.
I get it. But what I'm asking,
this person is here just to roll my money.
I get that. But what's he doing to your weed?
We don't know.
Right. He doesn't know either. Because he's not rolling.
He probably knows.
You know what I mean? People like that nowadays.
Like what's called Allen Iverson had his tattoo artist on the road with him. And his braider, and the joke is too. It's like, listen. Can you imagine me bringing Wong on road with us, right, to do tattoos for me?
Shout out to Wong.
Right, and I don't have more than 7 tattoos.
Wait, Wong, the artist?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Rexdale's legendary. Let's just say I come from the Rex, originally, don't know point. Then
to the Rex.
To the Rex, I'll sip a little sippy to that.
Yeah. But he's like my boy right now, Trini, is Tory Lane's tattoo artist. Tory Lane's on tour right now, and Trini's on tour with him, tatting it up, right? And everywhere he goes, Tory has a new tattoo, whether it's a little one or whatever. Like, how you put a man on payroll and you only have 7 tattoos? Fuck, I got more than 7 tattoos.
All right, so that's it.
Well, how much tattoos do you need though, for real though, on the road? That's why Allen Iverson, they say he wasn't too good with his budgeting.
He only had 7 tattoos anyway. To date, Allen Iverson only has 7 tattoos.
Oh, you think it was so
if you're curious, the one on his neck,
it
means loyalty.
Allen Iverson liked to employ people that he knew. So
and I heard he used to like not travel with his own clothes.
He did it. He came to Toronto. He came to Toronto. My boys telling me he came to Toronto. Saw Allen Iverson in the store. He came into a store. Allen Iverson bought a bunch of shit for that day. Right? He played, he had the shit he bought, wore, and he left it.
He left it where?
In the hotel.
That's just wasteful.
Right? Everywhere he went, he never carried luggage. He bought his shit everywhere he went.
Yeah.
That's serious. Maybe it's OCD too. You find out about these things later, you know what I'm saying?
You do find out about these things later, right? Or whatever.
It could be a whole OCD.
So what did we learn today, ladies and gentlemen?
We learned that Jade has some more music coming out soon.
That's right.
And that she has a website that is Jade Siress.
You know how to spell it?
Yeah, I do. Are you challenging me?
I would like you to spell it.
Is this TLDR hashtag?
Yes, it is.
Approved?
This is last week's group. Trace Motivate needs to spell Jade name.
Let me see if I got that sauce on. JADESIRESS.com.
I was waiting for him to say, can you please say it in a sentence?
So if you don't know how to read like R. Kelly,
Oh!
JADESIRE. You know what I'm
Or
saying?
if you've never read like Kanye West.
There you have it, the shot club. There's your first lesson right there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you for coming through. We really appreciate it. Music is dope. I like the storytelling. I like the storytelling on She Wanna Be a Dancer.
Yeah.
Very good story.
You want to be a dancer? I mean, really think this question.
I mean,
No,
How do you
because
tell us about this song?
No, because
at a certain level, every woman wants to be a dancer. Everybody
Like
wants
what kind
to
of
be a
dancer?
seductress, you know what I mean?
Private dancer?
Yeah, private dancer.
Do you want to be a night nurse?
I mean, yeah.
Talk about your Jamaican roots now.
What?
Jamaican roots now. Do you want to be a night nurse?
I mean, I like to keep it versatile, complex, and pleasing. You know what I'm saying?
okay. As you can see in the background, this is the Shot Club. Tune in every Sunday.
7:30.
We'll always be here at 7:30, and you'll always get content through the week because this is season 3 and this is what we do. Shout out to Mo Littles, couldn't be here.
Oh yeah, and check the podcast. You're gonna check it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, fucking Pocket Cast.
All the audio is there.
Tune in. Yeah, so wherever you listen to podcasts, more times you'll find this podcast. So
if you want to send some tunes through the DJ Bailong BAILONG.com. Maybe you get played on Shot Club. BAILONG DJ BAILONG.
There you go.
Gmail.com. Send your tunes through, and then maybe you hear yourself on Shot Club. Respect.
There you go.
Possibly heard on the Shot Club.
Thank you for always supporting us. Thank you for following us on IG, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you may find us. Thank you for being here. And till next week, subscribe, like, share, comment on our YouTube, and
Yo, how do you think about the show?
He's taking it step by step.